What's up, guys? It's your Star Wars nerd. Today, we will be reviewing the Black Series Plo Koon figure. Now, this version of Plo Koon, get a little close to the camera, is based off of his Episode 2, Episode 3. As with a lot of characters, most Plo Koon's screen time is in the Clone Wars, but, Black Series, they did not make this off of a live-action adaptation of his Clone Wars character like they've done with Obi-Wan Kenobi, all the other clones like Wolfie, Echo, and even General Anakin Skywalker. And soon, what they're going to be making is a Padawan Ahsoka figure. They have made some clones. But no, this figure is based off of the live-action representation of Plo. So, let's get into something that we all look for in our Black Series figures. How do they move? How do they pose? A lot of people like myself, take photography of their Black Series figures. So I want to know, how does it move? What all poses I can put in, really just how stable is it? So we'll start off with how it articulates. So this is its right arm here. As we can see, the arm moves around just fine. The elbow does too. The hands twirl around. They all have these good joints. It's all thick plastic, so you don't really have to worry about it snapping or anything. So that's just a plus side. This figure averages around $50, I want to say, is what I got it for. And I think it also averages around there. I would recommend looking on that secondhand markets like eBay, because you're not going to find it. It's discontinued. My policy always is buy sealed, because that's the way you can guarantee that it's good quality. Because if you buy it loose, then, it can have broken joints or damage to it and some sort or another be warped. Set the figure aside. Let's take a look at the lightsaber on this figure. Now, it does go along with Plo Koon's blue saber that he has, so that's good. And the details in the lightsaber, get real close to the camera and wait for it to focus. My hands are pretty shaky. There we go. As you can see, it does have a lot of detail on it, a lot of minor engravings. If we go into Plo Koon's belt, if I can find the spot, should be here somewhere. Actually, it doesn't look like this figure does. A lot of these figures will have a little, I don't know what the word to use, a little stud on the side of this that you can attach onto the belt at a little hole. Putting the lightsaber back in his hand, it does work. Like, he holds on to it. You actually have, unlike a lot of Black Series figures where I find that holding stuff they're kind of loose with, you actually kind of have to force it in. He has a real good grip of it in his right hand. Now, as for Plo's left hand, I don't believe you can fit the lightsaber in. I mean, make all the jokes you want about not being able to fit the hilt into the hole, but look at that hole. It's not, it's too small. We're going to have to force our way in there. I'm starting to sound like I'm on a different type of website. Now let's take a look at the actual head sculpt, which by far will have to be the most intricate of Plo Koon. Let's start off with the face, of course. So Plo's respirator and eye pressure things are incredible detail. I doubt the camera shows it, but there is a lot of engravings that his actual one has. And then whenever we move on to his skin, I forget the species that Plo is, but they look exactly like their on-screen counterpart. Like, we have all of these wrinkles on his skin and all of these growths, which I want to say these are ears, but knowing Star Wars, his ears are probably like right here. I have no idea what these growths are for, or what these tentacles are. But it does look very, very realistic. He does have that kind of Ki-Adi-Mundi pointy shape. Well, not a massive forehead like Ki-Adi-Mundi, but like that rounded off cone on the top of his head. There's a little bone, part of his skull that goes through there, I'm assuming. The back of the head, also just fine. Plenty of wrinkles, which the character himself is very wrinkly. Let's move on to his Jedi attire. Plo wears, much like most Jedi, he wears the basic brown robes. Now, some people choose to take the capes off of their figures. I am not some of those people. The only figure I've ever took a cape off was 2 figures, actually, were General Grievous and Captain Rex from the Bad Batch. Well, that's just because I took cape off Rex so I can make a Clone Wars one, because I cannot afford a Clone Wars Rex. So he has his very basic boots, which apparently, like the Jordans in the Star Wars universe, everybody has a pair. Also, back to the articulation, since we only did his arms. His legs move just fine. I mean, yeah, that's fine. We can practically get Plo to do the splits. You can just move him back into place. Of course, his feet have the ankle joint. His head, I mean, there's only so much maneuverability you can do with such a weird shaped one, because these little kind of look like fangs. They'll hit his chest, and then, you know, you can't move the head without risking of breaking those. This is something that I haven't found any other Jedi figures to have, are these, like, Pope-looking robe dangly parts of his robe. I only have a few others with robes. I have, like, Yoda, Mace Windu, and Obi-Wan, and Palps, but none of them have these, so it may just, I mean, obviously it's just part of his design, but I'm just saying, though, if you want to buy him for a unique robe, then there you go, he has a unique robe. Of course, it is good material. We can, in fact, get hooded Plo, since it has a hood, and we just take that off a bit so we actually can, like, see. You know, we have, this is the most intimidating I've ever seen Plo Koon. However, this will be a 2-in-1 episode. Oh yeah, shocked you there, didn't I? Because I will also be reviewing Plo Koon's General, or actually Commander. Plo Koon is the General. That's right, everybody. It's time for the one, the only Commander Wolfie. Commander Wolfie is a great looking figure. I'm gonna put his pistols into their holders real quick, which the pistols stay in the holders just fine. One second. As you can see, I can shake him upside down. They're not coming out. The only cloth on him, like many other clone commanders and captains, ARC troopers are a little bit different. Echoes has more of that leathery, and so does the other one. It's cloth, his little waist cape. Now, if we get to articulation, I mean, it is a little stiff. He can't move his arm all the way out like Plo can, because these shoulder pads, which I'd rather him have the shoulder pads and not be able to move, so, I mean, that's good. He has these old clone joints, which are a little bit, I don't know, skinny. They're just weird. His legs, however, they move just fine. You know, his feet, if I can bend them back any, you can't bend them back, but you can bend them forward. That's always just great whenever you have a figure that can actually move. Now, I own tons of clone figures, and I only have 3 that the helmets can come off of, those being Rex, Echo, and Wolfie. So that's right, this man's helmet is not glued on like Cody's or 332nd or Jet Troopers. Look at that, his beautiful face, his blind eye, that he actually got from Ventress. There's a little fun Star Wars tidbit for you. Wolfie's right eye is this blind, scarred from Ventress, kind of like how Anakin got his scar from Ventress. She's just give him out 2-for-1 deal. His suit is that, like, white, clean color, but it does have these dirt skid marks, which I always like. My, like, figures like Cody, I do not like how white and just clean they are. Let's talk about, probably shouldn't lay him down, give him a little bit more respect to this man's name. I mean, he made it through whole Clone Wars and even fought in the Rebellion. Let's talk about the helmet here. Wolfie has a really unique designed helmet. It almost looks like more of an airborne helmet than a normal Phase 2. He, of course, has his rangefinder. You can move. I mean, this one, I don't think I've ever removed the rangefinder, so of course it's a little bit stiff. The helmet, like, look at all this detail. It has all the Wolfpack emblems. Its sculpt is really good. Just look at that. I believe they're releasing another Wolfie figure, or at least a new sculpt for it. So you will be able to get this one for cheaper than I did, of course. Actually, you may not, because I bet the releasing price is going to be the same one. I got this one on Amazon for like 20 bucks, which was just a steal of a deal. Also, unlike Rex, that one stays on really good. It's not going anywhere. No, why would it? It's Wolfie. He is a stern man of his stature. That probably didn't make sense. I really just came up with that off top. I do not script these videos. I just go along as I do. You can buy Wolfpack Troopers. I do not own any Wolfpack Troopers because I just don't have the money to spend on them at the moment. That's why I made this whole YouTube video, so I can review these figs and buy more of these figs. It's really an amazing cycle. But, you know, I don't think that you'll have any problem with, like, posing, because, like, what I mean is, I don't think you need Wolfpack figures to get the whole Wolfpack vibe, because just Wolfie and Plo get it pretty well. Okay, why is it not holding his gun straight? Whatever. We're just gonna leave it. Throw the gun off to the side so we can get a good shot of Wolfie and Plo. This may be a thumbnail right here, so. I mean, look at these two. The amazing Jedi General versus the Valorant Clone Commander. Honestly, I have Plo Koon as my top 10 Jedi. Honestly, maybe even top 5. Because he's just so freaking cool. Also, I apologize for all the car noises in the background. They're doing construction outside, and, you know, they have to pull stuff back and forth, equipment, and trailers, and things of the sort. But yeah, that is my Plo Koon and Commander Wolfie review in one. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.